Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. Today I'm going to show you how to change out a subframe on an E90 BMW. So if you have an E90 and you want to do your oil pan gasket and you're wondering what's involved with dropping the subframe, this video will be useful to you. So we're going to start by getting this jacked up and getting the wheels removed. I've chalked my rear wheel and I've set my e-brake. I'm going to buzz the wheels off now. You need the following hook. It's going to be inside your trunk on the right side. Now it's time to remove the engine cover. They're 5mm Allens, there's 4. Right there is where your engine hook screws in. I have this Harbor Freight engine support system. You can buy it for, I believe, $60. You'll definitely need this to be able to follow this DIY. So you want to screw down on that until you see the engine slightly lift. That way we've supported the engine and we're going to go after the motor mounts, which are bolted to the subframe. For the tighter angles, I'm using a point and shoot to be able to stick my camera in there. So you'll notice a little difference in quality and audio quality, etc. Just keep that in mind. I have the following setup. I have a 1/2-inch drive on a bunch of extensions to a 16-inch swivel with a piece of tape on the end of it to hold the motor mount bolt. You can see how the tape holds it in place. And FYI, I took off the swivel extension because it was making it a little too hard to get a feel for it. They don't need it on this side. Right there you can make out the stud for the motor mount popping through. Alright, so I did the same thing over on the passenger side. If you look right there, you'll see where the nut's being removed. I didn't use any swivel joints or anything, I just went straight down from here, right beside your positive battery terminal. So you gotta do those 2 nuts here and then we're ready to go down below the car. Alright, now it's time to remove the under tray. This cover is going to have to be removed in the corner. Now we're going to remove this brace. Removing the sway bar end links here, 16 and 17 on the outside. Next up, we're dropping the sway bar. There's 2 13s on each side. Next up, we're going to take out these 2 E12 Torx bolts that hold the steering rack to the subframe. I specifically went out and bought this 16mm swivel end wrench because I know how much of a pain it is to try to get a wrench up there when it's straight. So do that. So I just removed this side, and having this swivel head is a big time saver with regards to being able to get on the top of that nut there. So now we have to go after the control arm bolts. So just as an FYI, these are all 18s. That's an 18 wrench. This is an 18 socket. They've all been 18 so far. Okay, so I'm going to start going after the subframe bolts, 18s. So up at the front here, there's a couple torque screws. I think they're T30 or T27 that you got to undo for this coolant line before you put too much strain on it. It helps to lower it down a bit first before you go after it because you'll have the room. There was one more right here above that for the coolant line. So this is a T30 and the nut was a 21. I'm going to take the other side off now. So I'm not quite sure yet. This may be a really dumb idea, but what I'm thinking is I can shift the whole subframe over this way and get around the rack. I have a whole bunch of plugs around my steering rack because it has active front steering. Most E90s don't, so there may be less stuff to work around, but I'm thinking I can shift it over this way and then drop it down. Alright guys, here's the subframe removed from the car. What prompted this DIY was seeing that on camera, but with a lower quality camera while I was under the car doing my motor mount DIY. In reality, that's just a seam, and I ordered a subframe for no reason. But I'm not even mad about it, because at the end of the day, you guys are going to get a really good DIY out of this. So for anybody that's been trying to figure out what's going to be involved with doing their oil pan gasket, now you know. You can follow this to get you to the point where you have clear access to the oil pan. And then from there, it's pretty self-explanatory. You're just removing a bunch of bolts, dropping the pan straight down. There's the replacement frame. We're going to get it put back on the car now, and I'm not going to talk through every point just because we've already covered it in removal. It's just a reversal. I've tightened down the engine mount bolts, and I'm going to remove this crossbar. Let me get the wheels put back on, lower the car down, and then we'll conclude. Alright guys, let's conclude. So first of all, yes, I'm an idiot. I changed my subframe when I didn't need to. Not mad about it, because it's going to help you guys out. If you want to change your oil pan gasket, now you know what's involved to get access to it. In my opinion, it's not a hard job. The subframe isn't very heavy, so you can kind of maneuver it by hand. Something to consider, the way I hung the steering rack. Normally that's a no-no depending on the car. This thing's clamped tight and it's securely bolted, so you can hang it there. Normally you don't want to do that, because some cars the steering shaft would come free and then your steering wheel will turn inside the car and it's a big mess. you could break your clock spring, etc. But on this car, it's held tightly, and I supported the other side of the rack with a jack stand. So hopefully you guys found this video useful or entertaining. It shows you how to change out your subframe, but primarily so you guys can tackle your oil pan gasket. So thanks for watching. Consider subscribing if this is your first video, and good luck. Wow.